Hey y'all, hey. I'm Jay.
I'm C.
And welcome to the JNC's room. Thank you guys for joining us again and clicking on our channels to see what we're talking about. You know who we are, JNC.
Welcome to the JNC show.
You know. And if you're alone, bring somebody along. Tell them to join in so they can hear this conversation. They can comment about what we're talking about.
Mixy and messy.
Of course.
You know, life is a trip. Bitch, don't fall down.
Good night. What? That's how we start. So, speaking of life being a trip and don't fall down, today we're talking about dating after 30. And for some of y'all, dating after 40. But you know, dating after 30 and all the ages after that. What it's about, how patient should you be? I'm just going to start off and say the dating pool at this age is full of piss and poo. Yeah, that's how I feel.
Piss and poo.
Piss and poo. There's some leeches in there. There might be some worms. It's hard. It's extremely hard. And especially depending on like where you live at. New York is cold. That's where we're at. We're in New York City. New York City is cold. Don't come here if you're looking for an happily
Captain,
ever.
this is not lean.
Oh.
This is pink lemonade.
This is lean. It's not. It's not. But
It's getting saucy.
either way, if you live in New York City, you're definitely not gonna find no love. So don't come here if you're looking for.
She's lying.
Come here if you're after 30. It's very hard. It's extremely hard. You know this, men and female.
I think we make bad choices. That's just my opinion.
I think the choices out there ain't that great. I'm not gonna say that there's no good choices. I'm just gonna say that they aren't that great.
So give me a rundown of
I think
dating after 30 and patience and etc.
I think
etc.
it depends. The first thing you need to know is what you want, what you're looking for. You get what I mean? And that has to be the first thing. You also, I mean, at the age of 30, I would say it'd be best to know a bit about yourself more, a bit about your triggers, your traumas, your everything about you, because what you are at the moment is what you attract. You get what I mean? And it's like where you're at your, I guess, you know, healing or just you mentally, your mindset, this is what you attract. You
Okay.
get what I mean? So I feel like before is the patience, you know, before even get into the patience of anybody else, you have to be aware of yourself and aware of your own hangups.
Okay.
You know? What do you think about that?
Honestly speaking, like, I feel like knowing yourself is so hard because every day you're finding out something new. So like, I feel like there's always expectations and people sometimes have unreasonable expectations.
Very true.
So that's how I look at that point. So like, one of my points is, if you was impatient before, when you get to 30, you're going to be very impatient.
Yeah.
So I feel like human beings, we need just more patience.
We do.
Because we all have downfalls. We all got positives. We all got so many things. So I feel as though like we just need to work on patience. Because after 30, your patience is very limited.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be some type of like 50-50 to it though, because it's limited, but at the same time, it's like you're at an older age, and at an older age, there's more baggage. One, there's a lot more stuff you deal with. Like it's hard from a female's perspective who don't have any children. It's harder to find a man with no kids. And along with him having kids comes the child's mother that's attached to that. You get what I mean? So it's like you kind of have to balance your patience. It's like something that you wouldn't tolerate at 20. You might have to tolerate it as you get older.
I completely agree with that.
You get what I mean? Or like, or even just once again going to me, like it's big, like the how someone is and the trauma, because you also have to see someone who has not gotten to that point where they see where they see their own hang-ups, someone who doesn't take accountability or takes, like, the other day I was talking to a guy and his biggest thing was like, what was done to me, and he was bashing females. Now this is a grown man, 30 something, you get what I mean? And his thing was more of like, woe is me, but never took accountability on the fact that you chose these females, never took accountability on the fact that this is you had to have seen some signs and you ignored it.
I think people like that shiny thing, and the necessarily shiny thing don't necessarily have to be young or new. No, new is shiny. So a lot of the times people just go into shit because it fits a certain image in their head, and they're not thinking about logically if this person makes sense. It got to make sense. If it don't make sense, you got to go. This is how I look at it. So it's a lot going on. Like, I feel like people got to step out of themselves. Like, you're the main character in your story, but you're not the main character of life. Basically, you are nothing but a grain of sand on some beach.
True.
And you got to be able to look at things from a broader perspective. Like, do I like dealing with women that got kids? No. But at this point, I have to. I don't have no kids, but that's kind of crazy to think like that, because it's just like, everybody don't got the same situation. Do I want to deal with baby mother and baby father shit? No. But if you're past that point where they ain't virgins, you at that point where you ain't 18 names.
Basically. They've
been putting out. But so it's just like
I'm not saying, though, to deal with the craziness. Like, that's something I'm not saying. I think that when it comes to patience, the limit of your patience should definitely be until it's starting to, like, take a toll on you, or you feel disrespected, or you get what I mean? Like, say you dealing with a crazy ass baby father and he knocking on your door like, where my baby mother at? Like, are you
First off, he ain't gonna know where I live. So that's number one.
What if he's stalking shorty and you don't know?
Then she needs to deal with him. Like,
so do you continue, or do you like,
honestly speaking, how does he know where I live?
He's stalking her.
Nah.
That's possible.
I'm not saying it's not possible, but that's desperate.
It is, but there's people who are that crazy.
But then that says a lot about the guy she choose.
Exactly.
Which means I shouldn't even be in that picture.
But what if she was a different person when she chose him?
I shouldn't have been the person who chose her then, after that.
But what if she was a totally different person? What if she was just, back in the day, she was ratchet, I
think there's still a little bit of everyone in everyone. There's still a little bit of my younger self in me.
Of course, but that...
So, I mean, she got a little what in her then?
But should someone judge you upon based on the stuff that you used to do?
That's a whole nother topic for another
Exactly,
day.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, and that's another, like, these are all things. Like, what is your level of patience with things? I'm going to say no. Like, you knocking on my door? You need to handle this.
First off.
You need to handle this.
Once again, these are conversations I would have prior to even going as far as. So, like, this would never happen to me because I would already foresee the bullshit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I'm not Cleo, but I could predict some bullshit. Straight up. I'm just being honest. Mm-hmm. So, here's the next thing I have an issue with. Feeling like time is not on your side.
I get that.
I'm sorry.
I do get that.
Sometimes I give up. I think I just said yesterday, like, these girls don't listen. Yeah. I ain't gonna find one. Like, ain't nothing to cut that. You know the song.
You do get discouraged. I think that's another thing with the patience and dating at 30, because you're dealing. And I'm not gonna lie. A long time ago, I remember like some of my homegirls was getting married at like 28, 25, and I remember saying like, and as I was dating in an older age, I remember saying like, if you didn't get your person at this age, you are dealing with some weirdos. I am one of those weirdos because I'm still, out here. You are.
I'm happy she has accountability for a weird
He's
shit.
One of these weirdos.
I am not a weirdo.
He's still out here.
I'm not a weirdo.
He is.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Everybody is weird. Everybody has some type of weirdness to them.
It's the difference in being a weirdo and have weird traits. It's a big difference. Weirdo, you could claim that, boo.
I'm a weirdo.
I am not claiming that. I don't go after a woman when she takes a bathroom to see if she got shit stains. No.
What the hell?
That's weird.
What?
You know, weird shit like going after a woman when she used the bathroom to see if she left shit stains inside the toilet.
I think that's just OCD.
No, not because he wants to clean it. He might just want to see like, I don't know.
That's a
You're
fetish.
talking about cleanliness.
I'm not talking about that crazy. I'm not
But
that
that's
much
weird.
of a weirdo.
But that is weird.
Okay, so my level of weirdness is not that high.
I never said you're that weird.
No, what I'm clarifying, like that's crazy.
I don't know how weird she is.
I think that's crazy. I don't even think that's weird. I think he just wants to. All right, we're getting off topic.
No, we're not. You said weird. I'm a weirdo. I'm not.
So, when you get older, you're dealing with a different type of like breed or whatever the case is, and the shit stains just took my whole like.
Took your soul?
Took my thought process away. I didn't even know what I was saying.
You said weird.
It was.
That's
dealing
fucking
with
weird. I've heard these stories. That's some weird shit.
That's crazy.
Like shit on a stick weird.
And was he older than 30? Or was this a youngin'? Because if
he was doing this since a young age.
So he's just a weirdo. That's just not.
I just think. But does that one thing make him a weirdo?
He's crazy. He has a
wow.
weird. No, he has a fetish.
That's called judgment, people.
It was. I'm not perfect.
And you don't have nothing that's weirdo that you do.
That's a fetish. I do have weird things that I do.
Okay, does that make you a weirdo? I think everyone has something weird. That doesn't make them a weirdo.
I think I'm a weirdo because I have several things that are weird. Like I'm weird.
I don't think that makes you a weirdo. I'm just saying.
I don't think there's anything wrong with being a weirdo.
I just don't think the names is crazy. You said this to me all the time, don't you? The names is crazy. Why do I have to classify myself as something?
You're right.
Why can't I just be me? Damn it.
Either way.
Now I gotta be a fucking weirdo. Shit.
We're cussing a lot.
Who cares?
YouTube.
They don't care either.
YouTube.
No, they don't. So what's your next thing on your agenda?
My next thing was that was it. It's I think that it sucks dating after 30, depending on where you're at. That was my big thing. And patience is very hard at this age because you're trying to be patient with the person because they're going through their stuff. You're trying to be patient with yourself because you're still figuring yourself out and trying to be, at your best. So it's kind of like it becomes very frustrating. And then you have so much external factors as well that adds to it, along with the internal factors. I just think that when it comes to dating after 30, the best thing to do is to be patient with yourself and be patient with the other person, but not to the point of where it's damaging you or you're losing yourself or it's sending you into a whole, depression or you're losing yourself.
I feel like everybody should be patient. Like you have to be patient with family, you have to be patient with friends, you have to be patient with coworkers, you have to be patient with everyone. Mm-hmm. Everyone's not going to do everything the way you want it. And how you want it doesn't make it right. I've learned that. It took me a while to learn that. So, and with patience, and this is my next point, I think expectations get bigger with age. It's like what I have dealt with when I was 20 would have been totally different what I deal with now.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's like, do you have life goals?
Yeah.
What is your plans?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing with yourself?
It's
are you a slum bug? Are you like
very true
a filthy whore? Like, I want to know. And she should want to know if I'm a hoe, I'm slinging, if I'm a community dick provider. She should want to know these.
And your goals.
And not for nothing, it's nothing wrong with being any of those things if you're completely honest and y'all talking about it.
You know what's so funny? I had just seen something on Google and it was saying how psychiatrists, they say that they actually recommend dating after 30. But and actually now looking for your life partner.
I don't be taking those people serious, man.
And the reason why, listen though, and the reason why is because you're at a matured level. You've gone through that craziness. At 20, I believe that at 20, you're still a kid. Even though society, labels you like a grown-up, I don't think you actually are like grown and have some type of sense until you're about 27, 28. Like you're still, because think about it. You come straight out of high school and then you're kind of thrown into reality. Like, all right, now you're an adult when you wasn't taught anything at all, depending on where you was, depending on who raised you, you know, what your education was. You wasn't taught anything. So you're still like learning life, learning stuff about yourself in your 20s, and you're literally fresh out of high school.
So here's my question to this, right? You said that, right? You said 20s is too young, blah, 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 blah.
People do it though.
In different cultures, people get married in their 13s, 16s, 12s, arranged marriages. So if these people can have better, long-lasting relationships and marriage, why can't we?
But
do you think it's our culture?
Yes.
Do you think it's our society? Because
Yes.
for me, what she just sounds like bullshit. And I'm not trying to say she's wrong. I think it's because she's correct in our society.
Yeah.
But if I was in China and my family married me off to somebody at 14, 15, this is my fiance at 16. I ain't even smell vagina yet. And you just sent me off.
Yeah.
All because the family's benefit. But guess what? They find a way to make it work. They learn each other. It's because they can't mess it up because they'll mess up the pride of their family. I want to know that.
It's a different, like you said, it's a different culture, it's a different upbringing, it's
Exactly.
a different kind of pressure
They value
put on, but
they
it's also
value
different
things
pressure.
totally different.
Even I was talking to my mother the other day, and we was talking about how her godmother, because she was raised by her godmother, not so much my grandmother, her mother, and she was saying, so she was talking about how like at an older age, she asked her godmother like, why did you? She put her to work as of second grade. And she was just like, why did you do that? Like, I still wanted to be in school heavy. And her godmother said to her, now she's older, she said, because that's how they raised me. Once you can read and count, you was put to work. So, like, there was a different type of pressure put on, like, in these different cultures, there's a different type of pressure put on kids. They're very parentified. As in our culture, we don't parentify our kids. You know, we baby them for a very long time. We don't, you know, we kind of give them the ideas of life, but we don't literally, you know, where it's like, oh, you're gonna get married, oh, you're gonna this or whatever, but not really on how you should be in a marriage, how you should be in this.
I think there's a positive and negative and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
I think there's a positive because
Definitely.
now you know responsibility, you know what you gotta do as an adult. And like I said, I think there's positives and negatives to both what I just said about marriages in different countries and how they do the arranged marriages and stuff. I think it's.
But I mean, you think about a lot of them are not dating in their 30s. A lot of them are fulfilling life with their spouse at 30. You get what I mean? That also has a lot, you know, to do why we're very different. You know, even our, like, we're not raised to, depending on your culture, depending on, you know, your community or whatever the case is, you're not raised to be a wife or a husband. It's not emphasized. You get what I mean?
I don't think nobody's raised to be with anybody. I think a lot of our culture is like the man can do anything. And I'm listening. You're gonna laugh at me.
In a
when I
lot
say
of
this.
cultures.
You know, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm with the shits. But
Good night.
but
Good night.
I'm just joking. But so I just think I think people need to look at things in a fair way. Like, just because she's a woman, that don't make her different. She has emotions, just way more emotions than a man. But men have emotions too. I think people need to be more considerate of each other. So this is one of my points is something that you talked about earlier. Past relationships affecting how you are now.
Big time.
Like,
Big
you
time.
know, I didn't think I was scorned. I was a little burnt up. And you have to get over. First off, accountability and things going wrong. Everybody likes to blame someone. Sometimes you gotta look in the mirror and be like, but I chose that heifer. I chose that skank. I knew she was a skank. I knew she was a heifer. I knew what I did was wrong. I knew I was a dickhead. Sorry.
Please let me know how you feel about C saying.
I knew I was community penis. I knew that. Why am I blaming
Community penis? So you just out here slinging dick for everybody. Oh my god. Sorry about that.
She got one of them calling her. Telling her business.
I don't know. I don't pick up no calls that's not labeled.
That's not. Wow, you see her dictionary's large and in charge. Nah, but I feel as though people be going into new encounters with people, and they already have past issues that they're bringing in. Like, check your baggage at the baggage claim. Like, don't come at me with that, because I know my issues, and you need to know yours. We all need to identify our problems, and there's nothing wrong with being honest about what your problems is from the very beginning. So I feel like people be bringing in too much baggage from prior situations and not thinking about the impact to the next person, because your baggage with the last person might not even relate to this person, and now you bringing in all this energy that's really not needed. I think that people should think about what happened in the past, identify what the causing issues was, and don't approach the next encounter with that venom. Don't approach it with that energy. And there's nothing wrong with telling the new person, about your affinities, what you're with, what you're not with. Tell them, because maybe they could tell you what they're not with, and then that makes your weeding out process a little bit better.
But even in that situation where like someone comes in with baggage at that age, the question you have to ask yourself is, are you going to be patient with this person? This person can't change overnight. You get what I mean? Sometimes people don't even realize they have this, as we've talked about this before. So now at the age of 30, where you have people who kind of come into this age, and it's like even though they call 45 your midlife crisis, I really feel like you have a midlife crisis. I feel like it's 30. That's the number. I think that's the age where it should be like labeled, because you go through this age of like, now what am I doing? And if you haven't been setting up those steps for yourself, or those points for yourself where your life is at a good point, you are now questioning yourself as an adult. You get what I mean? So if somebody comes in with all of this baggage, you're gonna say like, oh, I don't have time for it.
So let me address this. Everyone has baggage.
Yeah. That's
number one. And if you want someone, this is the thing about people not looking outside themselves. If you have baggage and she has baggage, she got baggage, you got baggage.
Yeah.
If you want her to be patient with yours, shouldn't you be patient with theirs?
Yeah.
But then what are we talking about now?
Because you just was just like, if you come in with baggage, you kind of was against it. You was like, well,
I said that?
You kind of said it. Insinuated.
I said, if y'all address your affinities, and one of her affinities is something that you don't like, it doesn't necessarily got to be a baggage. It could just be like something that you just don't like.
Okay. And if you don't like it, then what?
Depends on what it is. What we're talking about is so vague.
Yeah.
That you would need more detail.
Yeah.
Like, for example, she tells me she wants to wait 4 months to have sex. I'm writing her off. I'm not trying to be funny, y'all. I'm being dead serious.
I'm laughing because I think it's funny.
I think I'm writing her off because, so you're trying to tell me I gotta wait 4 months, invest time, emotion, build a connection, and then I'm gonna find out if I like the vagina or not? I want to know from jump. I'm not saying I want vagina in the first 2-3 weeks. I'm saying, like, what if your box is whack? What if my penis is whack? So we build up all this and then you're looking for that finishing sauce on it. And it's like, damn. Am I making sense?
Listen, I think I get it, but
I'm wrong?
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I get
What's
it.
your opinion?
I just don't agree with it. I think that...
Okay, she says I'm wrong, y'all.
I didn't say you're wrong.
I don't agree. That means you think I'm wrong.
No, that just means I don't agree with it. I'm not saying you're wrong. Who am I to say you're wrong or right? I just don't agree with that.
So you think it's okay for a man to wait 4 months, go on these dates?
I mean, a woman is waiting as well.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is.
She made this on her plan.
Yeah, but she also is waiting. Women are just as horny as men.
They're not.
So,
but that's not the debate. She has determined the time. I don't have no input on that.
You don't.
So what she's talking about, she wants sex, but she's making she's determining
because
things.
This is somebody.
But guess what? And she wants
body.
me. But listen to my argument. Listen to my argument.
Okay.
You want me to take you out. You want me to do things with you. You want me to spend time with you. And now you're setting the standards on the vagina. Wow, where is the negotiation? Where is the what's my favorite word?
So the
what's my favorite word in relationships?
Compromise.
Where is the compromise?
The thing
You're
to me,
setting all the rules.
The thing to me that's crazy about that is if you're dating this man and you don't even know if y'all not even in a relationship, you get what I mean? Like you're dating this man, you don't know if you like him. Y'all just getting to know each other. So how is she supposed to know if she the time frame of that, like not the pressure, because you're not saying give me the pussy, but it's just like the fact that men think like that, where it's just like I gotta wait this long.
Why is it a men thing?
Because you're saying
it's rational. Why would I want to do all of this and might not even like your vagina?
I don't know.
Why? If we have a conversation on the phone and you don't like the way I talk, you don't need to invest in a date. Because you don't like the way I talk. Our conversation, our chemistry doesn't work.
But what if she's just not ready after 4 months to fuck you?
First off, I'm not talking about that no more. I'm naming something else. I'm putting a different scenario into it.
These are all the things in it. Like she's getting to know you. She's
cool.
getting whatever the case is. But after, what if she's not ready to? I mean, if you write off, then you write off. You have a right to do that because that's what you. That's
exactly.
That's your thing. But you're not. He's not the only man that thinks like that. There's a few men that thinks like that.
It's a lot of men that think like that. It's a lot of men that will purposely wait that time and get the vagina and then dip.
Yeah.
And what I'm doing is negotiating. You want things the way you want. I want things the way I want. But you're setting a standard that I didn't even agree to. It's different if she be like, I don't think we should have sex right away. I'm not wrong against that.
And if she says
but if you're telling me to wait,
and it's longer than 4 months,
listen to me. If you're telling me I gotta wait 1/3 of the year for some box, and I'm 36 years old, no.
So what if she don't tell you the time and she just doesn't?
I'm gonna catch the point. I'm gonna dead it.
Okay.
It's simple logic. It's nothing to figure out. If a person,
ladies, you fuck when you ready to fuck.
I'm not saying.
I'm gonna say that.
Wow.
I'm not saying you're saying that. But I don't want anyone.
You're not even seeing my point.
I do see your point.
And what am I saying?
You're saying that it's not fair to you for them to put this kind of time
limit on it. No, that's not what I'm saying.
You're investing time.
That's not what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying that you're giving me standards that I gotta go by. I have to take you by. I have to spend time. I have to do this. I have to do that. What are you doing for me?
So their time is not enough.
No, that's
them
not.
Being
you're
with
not.
you is not enough.
I'm donating my time.
I'm asking you. I'm not trying to.
But
I'm asking you.
A lot of men don't necessarily need to go on a date to spend time with a woman.
So then what if she's not? What if
she wants to go on dates?
Okay, what if she don't want to go on dates? She just want to spend time with you.
That's cool. You're not seeing my point.
I do see your point. I'm
point?
just asking you a different scenario. That's all I'm asking.
I'm saying that.
I'm just asking a different scenario.
Right. Let me give you an example, right? I'm saying that at the end of the day, she has things she wants me to do, right? As a man, what are the things I want her to do?
Bust it open. I'm sorry, I'm playing.
This is what I mean by this is how women think of men. This is the beauty. I know you're joking, but this is. Let me say this to you real quick, because this is a good part of this conversation. Is that women have control of sex, men have control of relationships.
Okay.
So if you want this relationship, and you want everything to be your way, you're not gonna get one.
Because you don't bust it open.
Not because you don't bust it open, but it's everything's your way.
Okay.
That's unfair to me. But you want me to take you out. You want me to do this. You want me to do that.
Okay.
I'm not putting no standards on you. The only thing that I'm saying is that if you this is why I think honesty is the best policy. If you tell me up front that I don't want to have sex until like 3 or 4 months, I would be like, all right, cool. Well, then you don't even need to invest your time on me. Because there's going to be a guy for that. And I'm not trying to say like, and this is what I mean by, what is the compromise in there for her? What is the compromise on my part?
When it comes to your body, I don't think there should be a compromise.
So there's no compromise. There's no negotiation.
Your body.
But then I could be like, well,
it's just like it's your body.
I'm gonna say straight up like, well, there's no compromise on these dates because that's my money.
Okay.
There's no. I'm not looking for you to agree with me. I'm trying to get. I'm saying that this is how it is. There's no compromise on a lot of things. So we're not going to compromise on that because you have a strict law on it. Cool. But then I'm not compromising on nothing else. And there's no point at this point. That's what I mean by, we just talked about this earlier, is that you're not willing to compromise on your body, but you want me to compromise on my time. My time is the most valuable thing. You can't count that.
And I think this is important in dating after 30. And this is no shade to you, but this is an actual conversation or that you should have with somebody that you're dating. Because in reality, you don't want to, from a female perspective of if you don't want to be pressured or feel that you have a time constraint, this needs to be talked about. Because in reality, if you're dealing with a man and he's just like, yo, I'm not doing this, I'm not gonna put this in or whatever the case is, if this is how long it's gonna take, or if there's no compromise on when, I don't want to say it incorrectly, but for lack of better words, there's no compromise on when I get your body, or when we have sex, or when we touch, or when we get to that level, or whatever the case is.
Because it's not just her body, then it's our body.
Yeah, but if you're comfortable in doing that and she's not, then you're not. Then that's what I'm saying. It's
First off, I'm not going to force her to do nothing. I'm not going to invest my time.
What I'm saying is, it's a conversation that needs to be had. So that therefore, once again, there's not, both times are not being invested for no reason. Because you get what I mean? Because it's kind of like, even though I think after 30, you know.
Here's my thing. 4 months, 3 months, cool. That's what you want to wait on. Good luck, honey.
Listen.
And there's going to be a guy that does all of this, and guess what? Bounces on you. First off, this is what I think logically about this. I test drive a car before I buy it. I go inside the house before I go inside the apartment before I put a lease on it. Before I sign the lease. Before I don't pay nothing until I go into it. Mm-hmm. That's the same thing. It's the same it's not the same thing, obviously. But it's the same concept. Because what if you really like this guy, he waited, and he's whack in bed?
And this is my perspective of that is you could teach somebody.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Listen.
That's patience.
Let me say this. You know what? For man, maybe a woman can't teach a man, but I cannot teach a woman how to have sex because I don't got a vagina. I can't tell her how to tighten her vagina up. I can't tell her, you know, or
even that.
Forget tighten. What if she just can't take dick? I can't help her in those regards because I don't even know.
There's definitely ways of doing that. That's a whole different conversation.
No, but you get what I'm trying to say.
I get what you're saying.
And now, I invested all this time. I get to it, and there's a hurdle. Guess what? If I'd have known this in month 1, we might have cleared this hurdle by month 4. We might have cleared this hurdle already. But now I'm invested 4 months in, and now I gotta clear this hurdle.
Definitely comment.
We want your comments. Let us know
what you think about this. Females, what do you feel about this? Men, how do you feel about this? This would be interesting to hear a lot more people's perspective on this. I believe you could teach somebody. I believe if me personally, I'm also a hopeless romantic. I'm also very optimistic, and I always hope the best for people. But I mean, I'll say from some experiences. And where I chose to take control and was like, oh, do this, do that, I had a guy that was very stiff. I would compare him having sex and no offense to the brolic man, but a brolic just stiff guy. It was just really. It was really.
You said he got no motion.
And it was it was real. It was crazy. It was so weird.
It's like a robot.
It was but I cared for him so much. I loved the relationship. It was so passionate that I was patient enough. So I would give him tips like, listen,
Here's my question.
Hold on. Add this into your workout because this will loosen up your hips. Add this, do that, do this, do that. And then when time came, I would give him the instructions. And I would say So by the last time we had like, and it's kind of messed up. This kind of no, anyway. By the last time we had sex, I would just say 2 tears rolled down. He was riding that he was doing his, but that was mad progression, and that only took maybe 2 months, and we was talking for like a good 6. We was, but it was, the relationship was so good.
Why did y'all end?
I mean, there was certain things why we didn't
stay together.
I couldn't help him out on everything. He just had a lot of more.
So you invested time, you waited all that time.
But see,
to still,
yeah.
And this is what I mean.
But I don't see anything. But see, that's it. Once again, it all depends on the person and how you see that. You see it as a waste.
I didn't say that.
I don't. That's you. What you was about to say? Because
I said so. You invested all that time, and he finally got it together. Yeah. But then you said he got too much going on.
Well, not right afterwards, but down the line.
That's what you said.
Yeah, it was he had a lot.
I was quoting this, so
because I don't want to get too deep into it.
I don't want you to get deep. I'm just the basis of the story is she taught him how to work it. Yeah, and she quit it on him. Yeah, cool.
The point is,
it's all right. I'm not trying to play you. I'm not trying to play you. Well, I'm not trying to play you, right?
The point was, you can teach somebody. And if you really,
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
Yeah,
I can't teach a woman.
Even men, I got some men have taught
I think
me a thing or two.
Men have a more prone to teaching, but women don't. Some women just are lazy. Straight up, they act like they corpses in bed.
Because in reality, that's a whole nother topic. On top of that, we should write that down: men and women and sex and the development of that. Because if we get
let me say this. This is my closing statement on this topic.
Because
right? I was dealing with a woman, right, and she'd be like, "Why you always have a problem coming, baby? What the hell are you doing?" This is what I said in my head. I didn't want to tell her that, baby. You just standing there. You just sitting there. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting here busting a sweat. I'm long-winded. You need to do something. You need to make me feel engaged. I'm long-winded. I can't help that.
Engaged.
I feel engaged. First off, you're all you could do is sit on your back and on your knees on doggy. How am I engaged?
You want to throw in the back?
That's not engaged.
If you throw in the back, now
that's not engaged. You know what engaged is? Engaged is you looking at me in my eyes,
like the intimacy,
talking,
and all that stuff. Yeah.
Hold my hand, choke me, different things. If you're not gonna do anything, and then get up and ride it, then and the crazy thing is always the athletic ones. She just said the dude was stiff. This one,
he was very.
She had Brock Lesnar shoulders. Yeah. I'm joking. She's a nice girl. Yeah.
He was in shape.
But my thing is, she didn't get it because most of the other guys are just happy to get it. Baby, I've been getting it my whole life. So you are nothing but.
But see, and that's another question.
Wind blowing in the grass.
I will say this: dating at 30, that's this conversation. Sexual conversation should be a conversation, not in the beginning. I don't believe that y'all should be talking about sex the first date, or.
I think y'all should have talking about sex in your conversation. I believe in talking on the phone before we even get engaged into a date. Because you need to know.
I agree with that.
As a man, you need to know where you stand with this. Because you know why? Time and money, you don't get back.
As a woman too, because I'm going to tell you something. Even though some females are all about it's a free meal. No, I'll just eat at my house. To sit there and have to give this small talk, I feel like it's torturing. If y'all can't flow, I'd rather.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I like talking.
Yeah.
So me, if I could talk. Sometimes women confuse my talking for hollering at them all the time. I had a joint just tell me that. I was like, yo, I just wanted to know your theories on marriage. What make you think I want you? The true story. I said, we already tried talking before. What makes you think that I want you? And I said this in my head. And I said, I just really wanted to know your theories on marriage. I wasn't even trying to talk to you in that capacity. Because we talked before and it didn't work out.
Dating after 30.
We went all of that. We did all that already. So in my head, I'm like, I don't believe in backtracking. I only backtrack if backtracking works if people change. If I see you acting and behaving the same way, There's no reason for me to backtrack. And it's really easy for me to pick up on it.
Yeah.
Really easy. If you already spoke to a person in the past, easy to pick up on it. But we're going to go to the next topic.
Which kind of is close to this also. Because I was just about to say, like, all of this in dating in 30 with the whole conversation. It's very hard to find somebody who's comfortable enough to have a conversation, because not a lot of people can. And this goes into the next topic, which is social media ruining dating. Is it not? How do you feel about this? What was your...
If I'm just going to go with my initial thought on it, social media has a lot of shortcomings. People be capping. People be lying. People be fronting. People acting like they lived in such a great life. And, baby, you got roaches in your closet.
These are people with their roaches.
Homeboy.
These are people with their roaches.
You didn't clean your toilet or your shower in a month.
Jeez.
Like, but you are in the club, bottles on bottles. You got the fresh Off-White outfit. Like cool. But how you living? Like, not how you rent and how you Airbnb look. How you living? Tell me. Do you even know how to clean a carpet? Do you know how to get all the stains off the pan you just fried a burger in, or a steak, or pork chop? Yeah. Do you know how to clean?
Yeah.
Do you know how to take care of someone when they're sick? How about your baby? How about your kids? Do you make sure they got a Happy Meal once in a while? Like, I just want to know.
Good night. I believe, like, social media, you know what? I do believe that social media has ruined a lot of dating. And that's the one thing, like, well, the first thing that I always talk about, like, the conversation is horrible. It's hard to find someone who just kind of flows.
That's one of my points, man. I don't like cussing.
And
I don't like cussing. She be selling points, y'all.
Like, it's so hard to find someone who could just flow, and there's none of it's the whole, like, you know, what you doing? Oh, how was your day? First of all, do you really care? You don't even know me. If that's a whole other topic. Do you really care how my day was? Or is this is just part of the plan? Anyway, but like, it's just the same old. There's no substance. You get what I mean? And social media kind of allows it to be that. Like, it's a meme kind of culture, where it's just like, we're not really going to text. We're just going to send a whole bunch of memes to each other that are just funny. We're going to laugh. And that's really it. You get what I mean? But, like, there's nothing deeper than that. Or, like, even talking about, even
productive. Very.
Or even, you know, stuff like that. You get what I mean? But I do, before I get into the ruining, how it has ruined, I do believe that...
Can I say something on that topic? Because you know you was chatting.
I be rambling.
So, she said conversations. People don't have conversations. I don't think that changed over the years. I think that was before social media. I think men be too nervous. Sometimes women be too nervous. Mm-hmm. And then it takes you to break down a wall before you be like, oh, look at this sparkling personality. You have one. Sometimes people just not be comfortable. I got a homeboy that does not know how to talk to women. But then when he gets comfortable, they can talk. And it's all because nervous. Like, I don't want to say something that's weird, or they just so uncomfortable just to have a natural born conversation. I don't think that has to do with social media, but I do take a part taking it.
Yeah.
Because it's always easier to DM.
Yeah.
To pick up the phone and be like,
yeah. That delete button is everything.
What you doing? I hate that shit. Yeah. Don't ask me what I'm doing. Ask me how I'm doing.
Yeah.
Ask me how my day going. What you do today? Yeah. Like, you know, it's crazy. Simple conversations are so simple. How's your day? Yeah. Fellas, I'm telling you this. This is how you get a woman to open up. You ask her questions about her day, and then you just let her talk.
With encouragers. Because if you just let me talk, it feel like you're not listening.
No.
If you just quiet.
All you gotta do is say, yeah, word, cool. You don't even gotta listen to that. I'm not telling you not to listen. I'm just being honest.
Listen.
And then when she asks you a question, because this is what I realized. People are not reciprocal, but in certain ways they are. So, like, if I ask you how your day is, you blah, 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 blah. I was tired, blah, blah. So how was your day? You don't give her a short answer.
Yeah.
You give her details in the sense of, yeah, I got up, went to work. Sometimes I be hating my coworkers, and you could just talk about your day. Mm-hmm. I know it seems like you just want to just point out the major points, but she doesn't want to hear that. She actually want to hear you talk about your day.
Yeah.
You might not want to talk about it, but bro, it works.
Basically.
And it's not about you. You understand? Some certain things is not about you. You know how many times I'll be on the phone with a woman and they talking about some shit I don't give a fuck about? I just be with the program. You know why? Because that's affecting them. And why not listen to what's affecting them?
Okay.
Now, do women want to hear things that affected you? They don't want to hear about the Giants game. They don't. But they don't want to hear about Steph Curry shooting threes.
I will say though, you don't ever know if they just don't know about it and they want you to teach them about it. I'm only speaking for myself.
Here we go. Like, I'm not talking about her. I'm talking about general
but
thing.
I feel like if you was to do that, you get what I mean? You would then bring her into your world and it gives you guys more to talk about.
So I think some things should be mine, some things should be yours. I don't want to know how to do makeup.
I hate that.
What? I don't think it's a problem.
It's be yours.
No. I think if she's naturally into sports, yeah, talk about it. But I'm not going to sit here and tell you what's to travel.
Why not? What?
Yo,
I hate that.
I'm not going to tell you what an intentional foul is. I'm not going to tell you what a technical foul is. I'm not going to tell you all of this. Now, if you just start watching basketball on your own and you start asking me questions, that's a totally different thing. But I'm not going to break down a whole sport that you was never invested in. Like, if you like volleyball and I'll watch the game with you, I'm not going to ask you what's the rules. I'm just going to watch it. And I'm going to pick it up by watching it. You pick up these things by watching it. I'm not going to teach you something if you're not really fully invested.
I mean...
And on top of that, I'm not saying she's wrong. Let me say this. I'm not saying she's wrong. Because I feel like... If she's inquisitive, she's inquisitive. But, come on.
Most guys will probably agree with you.
Guys, no, I'm not saying she can't come into my world. I'm saying, like, if I talk about the game, I'm just going to talk about it on the surface. Like, I was watching a good game, It was crazy because Steph Curry hit some three-pointer. Like, wow. This is crazy. You know what I'm trying to say? Or, like, the new thing now is FanDuel. Everybody's betting on shit. It's women betting on shit now.
Yeah.
It's heavy. Like, I got a couple female friends that bet. And I'd be like, I don't even bet. She's like, yeah, I bet. And she sends me her parlay and all. I'm like, I only bet like $10. I made $200.
That's how you do that.
It's not like that every day.
Oh, okay. Look, I'm gonna...
See what I'm saying? Gotta be benefit. I watch sports because I love it. It's different.
I like watching sports.
What sport you watch?
I don't know what everything is called. I like watching basketball. I like watching football. I like watching sports.
Do you watch sports on your own?
When I go to the bar.
Then you're not watching sports on your own.
I was saying that along with the stuff that I was saying before I go into the stuff that I feel like it does ruin. I feel like social media has brought some other stuff to it. It does open up your demographic. So therefore you're not stuck with cold ass New York City. And you can probably find somebody in North Dakota. So somewhere.
You think that's a positive?
Yeah. I do think that's a positive. It opens up your world. So therefore you're not stuck with the people that...
I think that's your views. If you're closed off to New York, because that's you choose to be closed off.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like the social, if you're not traveling or whatever the case is.
So I love that she said this. So if you ain't got nothing but New Yorkers on your Instagram, you're still gonna be watching New York.
No, but social media allows you to go beyond New York.
If you're not private.
Even if you are private, you can easily, for example, if you are on Facebook, right? And you want to meet people, let's use North Dakota again.
You know what? You're right. I was thinking about, when I thought it, I just thought Instagram.
No. But even in Instagram, you can go into the search bar. You can put a place. So say North Dakota. You put North Dakota people in the area, and you can see. So therefore, it opens you up to like different things.
One of
my boys
actually does that. She's weird.
She's not. She just kind of, she's
She goes into a whole nother state looking for penis.
Not only penis, for love, for an opportunity. Like, just cause...
Love and opportunity, penis.
Okay. All right. It's not... Love and opportunity is not just penis.
I didn't say that.
So why is it just penis?
Because if she wants love, it has to deal with a penis if she likes men.
Okay,
if she wants love and is dealing with a woman, she likes vagina.
That's not what's making her go out there like, oh, I just want penis from a whatchamacallit. I just want...
I didn't say that.
Love and opportunity. You just said she's weird. She's looking for penis in another state. Whatever. Anyway.
What she's looking for in another state, y'all. This is the reality of it.
Anyway.
No. What is she looking for in another state?
Wait a minute.
She's looking for opportunity?
She's looking for...
What opportunity? Where she got her job here? Was she looking for a job?
Maybe she's looking for a new place to move to. What if she's moving to North Dakota?
Where would you look for a job at?
Wherever.
Where would you look for a job at?
North Dakota.
No, not the place. But what would you use to look for a job?
Nowadays, you can look anywhere. You can look for a job. I'm looking for work from home jobs, and the connects that I get are from TikTok. There's recruiters all over just posting. So right now, there's not only one place that you can go to go look for a job. So therefore, opportunity can be found anywhere on any search.
What I was looking
engine.
for the answer was, people go to websites that have jobs posted.
I know that's what you was going for, but
and
you can find.
I'm not saying you can't get jobs from looking. There's people that post jobs on Instagram all the time. Like, oh, they're hiring. Hiring. I'm not saying that. But where would you go to actually apply?
If you're someone who doesn't know anything either than that, then you'll go there. But if you're someone who realizes that there's different types of platforms, different types of areas to get a job.
All right, you got this little battle.
You're good to go everywhere. So either
give her a little pat on her damn back.
Whatever. So either way, I think that's a perk that you're not limited to just your little world. I mean, it's kind of a blessing and a curse depending on if you're single or in a relationship. One.
So here's my next point. Mm-hmm. I think social media made people more shallow.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. That's one of my points.
Cause
I put it in a different way though. I said delusional.
Yo.
Say it. Why? Say it.
All right. Men value themselves through power, influence, and money, and popularity. Women value themselves through how they look.
Yeah.
Not all women do this. Some women value themselves by the way they portray themselves or their personality. Or some with money, some with fame also.
Yeah.
So you got a whole bunch of women on Instagram that's butt ass naked.
Yeah. And
you better respect me.
Yeah.
Cool. How you feel about that? I think they deserve respect though.
Yeah.
But if you selling sex, you selling sex, boo.
I think that
doesn't mean they're actually physically hookering.
Yeah.
I'm just saying they selling a symbol. They selling sex.
If
you selling sex, if I hollered at you, how many other guys hollered at you?
A whole bunch. And on social media, you have access to maybe 1,000, 2,000.
And now you think you valued because you got 1,000 people wanting you. Cool.
Well, I don't know, because I know some females who hate it because of the fact of how some men come at them. So I don't think a lot, because that's the purpose of doing is not for that, but they're gonna get that. So I understand. I think that they realize this is happening, but a lot of them are putting this stuff out there not because they want to be seen by men, but because they monetize their Instagram. That's really what majority of them are doing.
What does that mean?
Monetizing their Instagram,
yes.
Making money off of their Instagram.
How they making money off Instagram?
It depends on how they choose to. Now,
if they're selling themselves,
not really. I mean, well, everybody sells themselves on Instagram. Everybody is selling.
I sell myself on Instagram.
I'm gonna say everybody.
See what I'm saying?
A lot of people who monetize their Instagram, you're selling yourself in some way or another. They're selling themselves by using their actual bodies, right? But by them using their bodies, the only thing they're doing is creating a large following. To monetize your actual Instagram means that you actually get a certain type of views or whatever the case is. But then you also can be selling stuff as well. So this is them making money. But every type of business has this negative. Now, they're not valuing. I don't think, and the crazy part is a lot of them don't even.
If I'm a motivational speaker on Instagram, I'm selling motivation.
Yeah.
I'm monetizing my voice. I'm monetizing my inspiration towards people. if I'm butt ass naked on Instagram with a bikini and a thong on, you're selling yourself. You're selling your view. You're selling your view on you. You're selling you. You're making enticing women to look at you. Period. I don't care about all that other shit. That's just what it is. Because you're trying to make it sound all sweet.
I'm not trying to make it sound sweet at all.
Like, if I'm a rapper and I'm on Instagram,
they value themselves because of these 2,000, 3,000 men hitting them up. And what I'm saying is, that's not what makes them value themselves. Not all of them. You get what I mean?
I think I said this early in the video. Women value themselves through how they look. Yeah. I think I said it a few seconds ago.
Yeah, but you just said it. But and you said how many guys are hitting on them or whatever the case is. You said, I said 2,000, 3,000. You said, and this is why they think they should be valued. You said that. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
I think that people shouldn't value themselves how they look. They should value themselves by what they do, their personality.
Of course.
I don't think it's a of course. I think it's a of course for you.
Yeah.
It's not of course for a lot, and you know that.
I do know that. But I also know that the DMs don't make them value themselves.
So what's your next point?
The delusional part, which is kind of, it goes off of this. The delusional part of men feeling like, oh, I need a bad bitch, and females feeling like, oh, I need a high value man. Crazy, the terms are so different, and that's what's he needs to, like, I was talking to some friends of mine that was like, oh, he gotta worship me. I'm like, basically like the whole, I'm breathing, I'm a bad bitch, so therefore you give me everything. And then like the social media makes this.
Guys act like that too.
Yeah, but you said the guys here said they are. But
I'm not trying to be homophobic.
No, but it's the truth. It's the truth. But
what's his name? Saucy what?
Saucy Santana. That's what I was thinking about also.
Wow.
But there's a lot of guys who are like that. But the thing is, like,
more power to that brother.
This world, that's what it does on social media. It creates this delusion of like, this is what I need to have and this is what I need to get. And like, it's this ridiculous delusion that like regular Joes have. Regular Joes and Joannas. You get what I mean? And I think it just makes it hard for like dating, because then this is what the bar is. Do you get what I mean? So it's just like, and it's not that. And a lot of these people, the thing is, and like you had said before, a lot of these people are capping. You know, there's a lot of bad bitches sleeping on mattresses on the floor. There's a lot of guys popping bottles.
Listen, people love fantasy life and imaginary dreams, some people, imaginable dreams. And people
really believe these imaginary dreams. You get what I'm saying? So like,
I will say that social media makes it easy to communicate with people that you necessarily didn't have access to.
Yeah.
But that's a gift and a curse.
It does. It is.
And that's just a gift and a curse, because sometimes social media can make you open up to know someone that you'd be like, I didn't even know they was like that, because some of the things they post, it could be words. It could be their hobbies. You'd be like, I didn't even know you was into that. Mm-hmm. And then you might form a friendship because of that. Yeah. And then who knows where that friendship go?
Basically.
From men to women. Like, I didn't know my homeboy liked poetry. Now I'd be like, yo, I didn't know, bro. Like, where you go to do your poetry at?
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? So, that's one.
I also think like the instant gratification that social media provides, people then kind of try to have that in their relationship. Where it's just kind of, where it's like that whole couple that we're supposed to look like we're together. I'm gonna post you here, post you here, post you here.
Back on capping
and
again, y'all.
If you don't post me, then it's not real.
Yo, it was a girl yesterday on my Instagram, and me and my friend Jasmine was on the phone. We was talking about her, and I just went to her Instagram, and she put a picture of herself and was like, appreciate it, and the next picture was of flowers. And then Jasmine was like, that bitch be capping, man. She probably bought them flowers for herself.
Good night.
And I was just like, I said it in my head. I ain't say it out loud. And then we talked more about her, and we was just talking about, yeah, she said she had a house woman, but she lived in an apartment. You don't got a house. You got an apartment. It's an apartment woman. And I was just sitting there listening to Jasmine. And I was like, let me not say these people's names. But certain friends of hers was like being like condescending about it. And I just thought it was funny. Because we're talking about this right now.
Yeah, it's like an illusion. And
Here's my
everybody
thing.
wants that.
I think social media made trust at an all-time low.
Yeah, it discourages monogamy. That's one of my things that that is one of my
About time I
points.
took one of your points.
Like, it discourages monogamy because ass is everywhere, dick is everywhere. It's like, here you go.
So here's something I want to say, right? This is something I heard my homeboy tell me. I've never witnessed this because I never cared. But he was like, yo, I call her shorty. Then I go on Instagram and I see she posted something 2 minutes before. He's like, what the fuck? Why she ain't call me back? Why she ain't answer the phone?
Yeah.
Or the same thing with a woman. I just be like, yo, bro.
Yeah.
Chill the fuck out.
Not for real though. Why you didn't pick up? Why you call me back? Because that's what, look, and that's why I'm not even gonna lie.
Weird.
It's the truth, but it's the truth. That's weird, but that's the truth. Like, I just called you.
What if the dude was on the toilet?
And you posted,
what if she was on the toilet?
What's the problem? Text like, oh, I'm gonna call you back.
No, sometimes I don't have to answer the phone.
You don't have to answer
all
the
right,
phone.
so why is this even a conversation?
You don't, but still.
So what if I posted on Instagram?
And I called you and you didn't call back?
Yeah, maybe I was gonna call back in 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour.
An hour?
As long as I call back, I call back.
How active are you on the social media while I'm waiting for the call back? That's the thing. That's
What does that have to do with anything?
It's real talk. This is real
social
life.
media was there before you, boo. It's gonna be there after you.
Social media wasn't there before.
No, what I mean by, you know what I mean.
No, I'm just being crazy.
She's fucking weird. You see what I'm talking about? This is what I need to know.
Why you didn't call me yet?
Listen, come on. This is something that you need to have done in the conversation, the first conversation. Like, yo,
there's no way to express your craziness. There's no way to.
You just did.
I don't even know. In the beginning of something, like when we.
So you're gonna bring your representative on that? Wow.
I'm not gonna bring my representative.
Yes, she is, y'all.
I say, listen.
No. How about this?
I'm
if I call
crazy.
you and I see you write something on Instagram, you need to answer my phone. You need to call me back immediately. I'm a feel away. What? I'm like, shorty, all right, cool. You know, it was nice talking to you.
Hit me back. Like, what's the problem?
It was nice talking to you. It was nice talking to you.
It's one of my weaknesses. I'm learning. I'm not perfect. Either way, why are you? What?
Do you think he's wrong?
Do I think he's wrong? No, I think he's inconsiderate.
No.
Yeah.
He doesn't have. What if he spoke to you an hour before?
What if I need to talk about something now?
Wow, you see what I'm talking about? It's no compromise.
What if like something?
It's no compromise.
So if I have to give you some important
because he doesn't know that. He does not know that it's a 911 thing for you.
Right, so I'm gonna text 911. Fuck this shit.
That's what I'm saying. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, this is what I mean by expectations. But yet, you want to put the expectation of you're gonna wait 4 months. What? But you're mad because I didn't answer the phone because I posted something. What?
First of all,
what?
You're actually.
Where's Lil Jon? Where's Lil Jon? What? Okay.
You're talking a scenario where girls like, listen, I'm gonna wait 4 months. What if I'm a person.
Then baby, you could wait.
What if
an hour for this phone call?
What if she's not even like, oh, we gotta wait 4 months? It happens when it happens. We already talked about this.
I ain't gonna lie to you.
Either way, let's get back to this because we're getting back to we're losing track. Either way, what I'm saying, but social media does do that. That is a big thing of social media. It sucks like that right there. Like it's like I don't agree with having. I do agree. I don't. I'm conflicted on whether I would want the person I'm with social media or not. But at this age and knowing myself, it's best that I don't.
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
It's best that I don't.
I've told her this numerous times as a friend. And like, why are you dancing with your booty on Instagram?
Because I want to.
Exactly. But then you want me to answer your phone call.
First of all, it's not like
it's inviting. So
I'm gonna say that his dancing it's not like these Instagram models be dancing.
I didn't say that
This is just
either.
me dancing regular.
I didn't say that
though. I know I'm explaining this, so they'll think my dancing with.
I didn't say he was twerking.
Dancing with your booty could be interpreted.
But you do. You was dancing with your booty.
I do.
It's a fact. She's not twerking. She's not out here on the pole,
I'm just dancing, and
And I said to her, "You're inviting certain things. That's it. If that's not what you want or the attention you want, you shouldn't invite it.
And I say, as a female, even when you're not doing that, you still get negative attention. So at the end of the day, I might as well just do what I want to do.
Exactly. So if I post on Instagram and I don't answer your fucking phone call, don't feel away.
I just said you're not.
Period.
You don't have to, but I'm still gonna feel away. But at this age, this is why I realized it's best for me not to have. And I don't know how you guys feel. Like, how do you guys feel about? Do you feel like you need to have your significant other, your person's Instagram? How does it work for your relationship, or how has it worked for you in your dating life? For me, I even recently I was able to get access to something, and I went and I felt the way, and it was just like whoa, bring it in.
Do you know why you felt the way?
Bring it in.
Do you know why you felt the way?
Because I'm crazy.
Ding ding ding. Winner.
Like I can admit that I'm crazy.
Do you think I ever got crazy with somebody's Instagram?
Jealous as well.
You know me for real. Do you think I ever got crazy with somebody's Instagram?
No.
Why you think I didn't get crazy?
Because you don't give a fuck.
You know, sometimes she's right. Sometimes she's right. You know why I don't give a fuck? I gave a fuck about her Instagram. The reason why is because I know she doesn't want that. I know she doesn't want that. But I've dealt with women that got Instagram, and I was just like, all right, that's what you want to post, that's what you want to post. I don't care. But guess what?
What?
If I decide to post something crazy,
then what? Then she can't say nothing.
Deal with it.
Wow, yeah, deal with it. Did y'all see that?
Deal with it. like deal with it. Like it could be something that's not what you think it is. But I could have just purposely took that.
And that's another thing about social media. When somebody posts like, yo, subliminals, but it may not even be a subliminal.
Yo,
like,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I know a girl that is, yo, when I tell you, know exactly what I'm talking about.
Like,
she posts stuff, and you just be like, she's talking about me. And I just be like, I laugh because you know why? I'm just happy I just took a little bit of her energy.
Yo.
You know why? Because I'll post up, God is good. God is great. You know, you saw my post. You see how I post stuff?
Low key toxic over here.
I'm toxic? You think I'm toxic?
God is good.
God is great. Like
great.
You having a bad day, sometimes you need to take a deep breath and just think to yourself, like, how can I make my day better?
Very true.
And you know, sometimes I just be like, I'm perfect.
Social media,
because this is perfect.
Social media be breaking people up. If social media break up your relationship, though, that says a lot. I feel. You know what I mean? Either way, but I think that's it. Like that. Oh, I do have another one.
And another one.
It was like the delete button. I had made that. It makes hollering easy. It makes people like it make the access and all that other stuff or whatever. Whereas in person or on the phone, you got to think on your feet. You just got to talk. You can't really. You get what I'm saying? You don't have no space to mess up. You don't.
What you mean?
Like.
You talking about when somebody sends a message, they can delete and restart it?
Like you could delete, write it over. Nah, that sounds better. You get what I'm saying?
Like, I'm gonna keep it real with you personally. I don't like hollering at girls on Instagram. Yeah, it happens. Don't get it twisted. It happens. But I don't be hollering. It just be casual conversation. It just like a shorty told me the other day was like I meant to come to your party and I couldn't make it. I'm like, I didn't even know you was coming to a party. So what the hell are you telling me for? You told me you want to tell me that to make me feel like what? Oh, you was gonna really come to a party? Well, I said it's okay.
Well,
how would I know you're coming to my party unless you didn't announce it prior to my party? It's no way for me to know that. Cool. You didn't come. Baby, it was sold out. Newsflash. No, but I'm being real. And she told me and I was just like, all right, cool. Another girl, you know this one, hit me up on Facebook 8:30 in the morning. Was like, hey, I was by your house. I meant to, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about?
Guess what? So Thanksgiving come, right? I sent everybody happy Thanksgiving. I sent her happy Thanksgiving.
She showed up. 2
days later, she sends me a message like, oh, I changed my number. So she didn't respond to it. I was just like, you changed your number? Like you had 3 numbers in 2 years? That means you had a lot more numbers than that. I just don't know about the others.
It happens.
So in my head, I'm just like, she hit me up at 1:30 in the morning. You know, if I was employed, I'd have felt the way.
Good night.
But I'm a homeless hobo. I'm not homeless. This is my apartment we in right now. But I'm just saying.
He's not homeless. Like
because I'm an unemployed slumlord. Like barely can eat every day.
He's not.
You know, I ain't got no shape up. My waves are sus.
Oh my God. Either way.
I'm just saying to myself, like, it's yo.
Social media is ridiculous. That's what the instant gratification part. I was on account. Some guy was.
I don't care about instant gratification.
I do. I don't. What I'm saying is.
I do. I don't. I don't know what the hell you're saying.
Meaning I'm talking about. I do care about it because of the ridiculous expectations some of these guys have via DM, FB Messenger, whatever the case is, and it don't make no sense. I don't know if I told you about this. Some guy hit me up, and he was just like, "Oh, you must be in Maryland a lot."
What? Repeat that again.
You must be in Maryland a lot. Maryland a lot.
What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know.
And what did he say?
I was just like, no.
And
what so you must have somebody that you must have somebody that look a lot like you.
Wow, this is a great line. I'm about to use it right now.
I said, I'm
gonna tell a girl, you look like you be in Chicago a lot.
The hell is
Why
that?
are you in Chicago? You like you be ducking bullets, bitch.
What the? Like what the? So then,
you look like you not escaping.
What is Maryland known
a
for?
Gunfight or two. You know why he said Maryland? He might have thought you was in a wire or some shit.
I don't know. In the wire? Good night.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Yeah, so then, either way, so I was just, I didn't say nothing. So then he goes,
which is a good show, y'all.
The
Wire is a very good
show. So then he goes, what did he say afterwards? He was just like, I train.
Train puppies? Are you training?
He works out like I train.
I'm a physical.
Cases. He's like, I'm a trainer. He was like, he was just like, would you come out to Maryland? I said, no. I said, I have a trainer here. And he's like, oh, well, then we can be halfway.
All that to rub up some booty? God damn.
I said that.
Like he could have said, I like to get to know you.
Like
he could have started like that, like, we get to talking. I might send you. I might pay for a Trans Am Amtrak or some shit.
This is not even a conversation like. Cause it's not even like
it's over a couple of days.
It was like over a couple of days.
He thought about this, y'all.
So I'm just like,
he's just
you know, where sometimes you kind of like
that
go
song?
on the phone.
Smooth operator. Ooh. That nigga's smooth, cause
so then
I'm about to tell a girl that.
Please don't. So then I'm like, you know how you kind of go and so I'm like, what the fuck is this about? And now, I have a horrible tendency. Like, I gotta see this through. Let me see where this goes. Let me see what this. What is the man talking about? Because this don't make no sense.
That's called curiosity.
Yeah.
And you know what curiosity does, right?
Kill a cat, but I say satisfaction. But
I'm glad you got a cat, because I don't got a cat.
Okay.
Curiosity can't kill my cat. So I can be curious as I want.
So then I'm like, so wait. So then he's just like, hey, how's your day? I didn't say nothing because I was busy or whatever the case is. And then it was just like, oh, so have a great weekend.
Weird.
Okay.
I tell you, guys don't know how to talk to women.
And this is what I mean. And then then the last thing he said was like, oh, you could come out to Maryland. There's a whole bunch of lounges, clubs. And I remember one of the things I said
I don't get what somebody from Maryland want to talk about Maryland.
Like,
I'm from New York City, man.
And I think one point I was
like, capital.
Why would you think I come to Maryland? You can be, and mind you, Dahmer is on Netflix, guys. Like, let's be serious. Why would I come to Maryland? I don't even know you. You can be a killer. Because it's like, what sense does this make? Maybe he'll get it.
All that for some penis and some vagina. Like, I don't be getting it.
Maybe he'll get this for the next person. You know what I mean? And he goes, oh, how he responded like, oh, how dare you say that about me? I got like 4 sisters. And I'm thinking in my head like, well,
what the fuck does 4 sisters got to do with it?
Well, but the thing about it, I'm thinking in my head is that had you had a regular conversation, I would have known that you'd had sisters. You get what I mean? That would have been do you get what I mean? A regular conversation, but it was like an instant, like, oh, hi, come to Maryland. Hi, come, and it was like, what is?
It must work. This approach must work for him.
It has, because he came like.
And you know what? He's from Maryland.
He thought I was crazy. Like, not
New York women are feisty, so like that shit ain't
like. I don't think.
What we doing in Maryland? You like that energy, right? We do it in Maryland.
Then I finally was just like, what's
up with this nigga?
What's the point of this conversation? Why do you want to hang out with me? Well, why would I want to hang out with an intelligent, attractive? How do you know I'm intelligent? We have not. This is the basis of our. This is what I mean about like. It's just weird.
Nah, he's from Maryland.
Like that's not it. This social media be making people feel like, hi.
Is he attractive?
Yeah, he's attractive.
Exactly why that's why he think he can get away with murder.
That's crazy. But he looked like he's about 5'3".
What the fuck does the height got to do with it?
I mean,
shallow. This is a problem with Instagram. She's 5'6", I'm like, he's 5'3". Girl, you not even towering over the little
I'm 5'6.5", and I am. I'm 5'6" and
You're not towering. Towering's like a foot over a dude.
I can see the top of his head.
He's literally at your eyes.
I can see the top of his head.
Cool, but you're not towering over him.
I feel like a tower.
People, she looks taller than me right now, but she's not taller than me. She says we're the same height. I'm like,
I think we are.
I've got the measuring tape already.
But either way, that was one of the things about it. So
this is a beautiful conversation. I hope y'all really enjoy yourselves. Welcome to the JNC show. I want y'all to like, subscribe, send us comments, tell us topics that y'all want us to talk about.
Tell us what y'all felt about this topic.
And most of all,
don't be
curious. Don't get your cat killed.
Be curious. It won't kill your cat if you're curious correctly.
Listen, won't kill your cat. Guys, y'all can be curious. Correctly. Women, don't be curious. Don't listen to her. Don't listen to her. She had a whole conversation with the guys like, come to Maryland 5-6 times.
You know what? It was just, I needed to see where this was going.
Why?
You know why?
Why?
Because it just don't make no sense.
Why?
This is what it is.
Why?
And I feel like I needed to let this man know, like, listen, this is why. I'm telling you why.
It don't make no damn sense. That's why. That's why.
Like,
yo,
what you doing? Why?
All this
and it's
time.
Always good for a story.
Now she's a janitor. Not a janitor. What is it? Journalist. Well, technically we doing journalist work right now.
Right here. Journalism. I'm
sorry.
Tell us what you think about this topic. Tell us how those who are dating in 30, what are your struggles? What are you dealing with? What are stuff that get on your nerves? What are stuff that you love?
People, we would love to have some topics from y'all. Why? Because it expands our conversation and makes us be more connected to y'all. We want to be connected to y'all. Because you know why? A lot of the things we're saying, people scared to talk about.
Yeah.
And you know what? I ain't waiting 4 months to find out what's going on.
Good night.
We need to know now.
Ladies, you hump when you want to hump.
I wasn't talking about that. You see? Compromise. That's the most important thing. And some don't got it. I got compromise.
Don't compromise your body until you're ready to.
Don't compromise your time, your money either.
Yeah. That's for everybody.
But guess what? If nobody compromises their time and their money, their body, where are we going? That's what I was trying to get you to understand. This is what I mean by higher learning. Welcome to the class, baby. I want y'all to enjoy your day. Be safe.
Higher learning, baby.